The suitcase weighed more than she'd anticipated. Its heft surprised her as she gripped the handle, her fingers whitening under the strain. She nearly stumbled backward, caught off guard by the unexpected burden. That fleeting moment of shock in her eyes, so quick it might have gone unnoticed, made every minute I'd spent preparing for this weekend feel justified. She let out a forced chuckle. "What's in here, rocks?" Her gaze darted to me, probing for a reaction. I kept my expression neutral, offering only a slight shrug. "Everything you'll need is in there," I said, my voice steady and measured. This wasn't just any trip. She paused a beat too long before flashing the practiced smile she'd worn for months. "You're too kind," she said softly, her lips brushing my cheek with a chilly kiss. I didn't kiss her back. I watched as she dragged the suitcase across the room, its wheels groaning under the load. Only when her car vanished down the road did I exhale. The stage was set. Her name was Emily. We'd been married for 8 years, together for a decade. For most of that time, I'd have said we were content, maybe even joyful. We had our habits, our shared quips, the life we thought we were shaping together. At least, that's what I thought until 3 months ago. One evening, while she was in the shower, her phone sat on the kitchen counter. I wasn't snooping, the screen just lit up. My eyes caught the words, "Can't wait to see you this weekend. Missing you so much, Derek." Derek. She didn't know a Derek. Not a friend, not a colleague, no one. My stomach twisted, but I didn't barge upstairs. I'd learned long ago that rushing in without proof was a mistake. I needed facts. She needed no escape. Over the next few weeks, I played my role perfectly, smiling, chatting casually, while piecing together the truth. A keylogger on her computer captured messages, emails, receipts from nights she claimed were spent at work. I even tailed her once to a chic downtown hotel, so predictable. I hid a GPS tracker in her car. Each lie, each "I love you" murmured as she left, sliced deeper. Still, I stayed silent. She thought she held the reins. She didn't see me unraveling her deception thread by thread. When she announced a girls' weekend, I nearly smirked. Too polished, too convenient. Friends with vague plans, stories that didn't add up. The faint whiff of cologne on her shirt that wasn't mine. "You need a break," I told her. "I'll manage here." Her smile widened, relieved. The nerve of her. She packed her finest dresses, ones she hadn't worn for me in years. Meanwhile, I prepared a different kind of luggage, stuffed with evidence. Printed texts, screenshots, receipts, proof to shatter the world she thought she owned. Derek lived in a sleek high-rise across town. I knew the place well. I'd driven by enough times. Mid-30s, flashy watch, corporate grin, the kind of guy who never considered the husband on the other side of his affair. Her car was parked nearby sloppily, in her haste. I waited an hour, long enough for them to feel secure, relaxed. Then I approached the door and knocked, calm and firm. Derek answered, his smug smile fading the moment he saw me. "Can I help you?" he asked, cautious. "I think you can," I replied, stepping inside. He froze as if debating whether to slam the door, but I didn't give him the chance. I pushed forward with my shoulder, forcing my way in. "Don't even think about it, Derek," I said, my voice sharp. "We're going to talk." Emily appeared in the hallway, pale, clutching her robe like a shield. "James, why are you here?" she whispered. I kept my eyes on him. "You know who I am, don't you?" He swallowed hard. "You should leave," he said weakly. I let out a bitter laugh. "Oh, I'll leave after we talk." I dropped my bag on the coffee table and unzipped it. Photos, screenshots, receipts, emails. They spilled out like jagged shards. His gaze flicked from the pile to Emily, then back to me. "You thought you were clever, didn't you?" I said, my voice rising. "Thought you'd get away with it." "James, please." Emily's voice trembled. "Can we talk alone?" "Alone?" I turned to her, fury simmering. "Now you want alone? Where was that when you were sneaking around with him?" She flinched, tears pooling in her eyes, but I didn't waver. "Don't you dare cry, Emily. You made this mess. Now deal with it." Derek looked like he wanted to vanish. "Look, man," he stammered. I didn't save it, I snapped. I don't want your excuses. But your wife might. His face went white. What? Oh yes, I said, a cold smile curling my lips. I found her. Lovely woman. She deserves to know who she's married to. James, don't. Emily pleaded, her voice breaking. I turned to her, my words cutting. You should have thought of that before. I grabbed my bag and headed for the door. Just before leaving, I faced Derek one last time. Go near my wife again, and I'll make sure your entire office knows what you are. Then I walked out, leaving a heavy silence behind. The fallout was swift and brutal. The next day, I sent every piece of evidence to Derek's wife with a brief note. I'm sorry for your pain. You deserve the truth. Within days, she filed for divorce. By the week's end, word reached his company, and he was quietly pushed out. Emily begged, sobbed, tried to justify herself. I didn't listen. The divorce papers were already signed. She left my life with only what she could carry. It wasn't simple. None of it was. But standing in the quiet void of my home, the suffocating weight of her betrayal lifted. I'd lost a wife, true, but I'd gained something far greater. Freedom.